Greetings. This is Stable Diffusion's first notebook. Let's title it this. Let's have some fun, shall we? Alright, so here it is. Stable Diffusion. How to use stable diffusion pipeline. We're just gonna read through these things and run through each cell. Just follow instructions. That's all we gotta do. So we got our V100. Installing all the necessities, libraries, dependencies, what have you. Okay, so here it says we need Hugging Face access. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to get Hugging Face access. Just follow the steps. All we got to do is follow the steps. So I'm just blanking out my personal information with this neon donut. Enjoy this little animation while I get this started. But all you have to do is put your information and complete, and it'll complete its. You'll complete the setup there. Yeah, so you got to make sure you go into your email and verify your account so that you can fully use Hugging Face and get the information that you need from it to run this notebook. So now it's going to ask you for your token, and you're just going to want to go back into Hugging Face. I believe you got to go to your account. Let's go see. Yeah, so this section shows you how to get your token, how to get access to your token. And yeah, just click through profile, back, look at the profile. There we go, user access tokens. Control F, lifesaver, telling me. There we go. And we are in. now that we're in, we gotta import more necessities, dependencies, import torch from diffusers, from stable diffusion. And we're almost to the creation part of this. The setup is quite extensive, but as you can see, it's a very powerful AI, very special. Obviously, huge hype behind it. I mean, all it's lacking at this point is animations, and once that happens, the sky's the limit. The universe is the limit. Whatever, what have you. So. Yeah, don't mind me jumping back to another notebook trying to get this thing running. As you can see, I have a little new animation coming in from PYTTI. Some fun stuff. But back to the main topic of discussion. We're back on the Stable Diffusion notebook. Everything's downloaded. Now we gotta bring it to the pipe. So here, it's pretty straightforward. This is where you put the prompt in. I'm gonna mess around with a couple of prompts. Let's try an ultra detailed aerial image of Thor flying into Earth's atmosphere with the storm Mjolnir chasing after him. Ultra high definition, ultra high resolution, cinematic. Omnipotent, because Thor's omnipotent. Yeah, then we'll just change the name so we can save it and run it. And in a couple of seconds, our stable diffusion. There it is. We are up and running, everyone. Let's go. Now let's change this prompt to a pyroclastic volcanic eruption. Sulfur. Smoke and lava spewing from the eye of the volcano. Let's run that. And after about a couple of seconds again, we get this image. Yeah, it's pretty epic, pretty cinematic. Colors are a bit out there, but there's ways we can mitigate that, and you'll see that in the later steps. So as you can see, running this cell will give you a different image every time. All you have to do is change the seed. And it'll give you a completely different image than the one before. Change the seed up one more time just to see what kind of result we'll get. There, that's a lot more balanced, natural. Yeah, there you have it. Yeah, I'm just gonna try adding Godzilla emerging from the volcano. See what we'll get here. Yeah, that didn't work, so we're probably just gonna run a different one. Now Godzilla is the volcano. Yeah, at this point I'm just really playing around with the prompts, seeds, and other settings before we get deeper into the different aspects of this notebook. I thought it'd be pretty cool to throw in this prompt. I saw it somewhere, saw the overview effect, and just wanted to see what it visually looked like with some of my modifiers or modifiers I normally use. And at this point, I'm trying to stick with a prompt that we're going to use throughout the rest of the notebook. So we're going to go with a professionally photographed. We're going to get fancy here. Photo gravure. Of the Northern Lights in ultra high definition, because we love that. Rename the save file to Northern Lights, and in a few seconds, there we have it. Absolutely beautiful. Now we're trying it with a different seed. Beautiful again. Really satisfied with these results. I just modified the steps there to see what it would look like with a little bit. And it's still beautiful. So now we're at the part of the notebook where we're going to generate grids. As you can see, it says number of images 3. So we ran that cell to generate the grid, to get the grid function working, and now we're going to generate the actual grid of images. And as I said, we're going with the universal prompt that I so masterfully imagined. And here we go. Oh. Oh man. I might have messed up here. Might have to restart the runtime. Yep. Gotta restart the runtime. Stand by. Gotta change everything back. I thought I was smart. Gotta restart everything. And we're back. Generating the grid. There's a larger grid now because it's more images, of course. So it takes a little bit longer because yeah, I know I missed a step here where it wasn't pulling from the information from above, so I had to rerun the cell, retrace the steps. Yeah, so I had to create this 3 grid first, and then that other grid pulls from. So like I said, everything has to be in sequential order. Don't be like me where I tried to reinvent the wheel. And in a few more seconds, what do you know? Look at that grid. 3x6, just like it says. Now, we're gonna use that same prompt and generate a non-square image. Pretty straightforward. They really made this notebook very easy to follow. Really is just following it in sequential order, cell by cell, and inputting your prompt. That really is basically the gist of this notebook, and you can see it in this video. Here we go. Yeah, see, I reinvented the wheel again. Forgot to put the default prompt that I was choosing of the Northern Lights. There we go. That's more stable. As you can see, it takes a little bit longer because it's a different dimension. It's a wider image, so it's generating more pixels. Yeah, so this is basically the best. That last image you saw of the astronaut is basically the best version of the image that you're aiming for, which is why there's this literal entire section dedicated towards it, because we're gonna set up its steps, its CFG scale, its dimensions, and of course the prompt itself. You can see the cell right there. It shows the prompt, height, basically the dimensions, the steps, like I said, the guidance scale, and then still downloading. See, it's downloading the libraries and dependencies, and then the batch size. I know that last download bar felt like forever, but here we are. So, I mean, Stable was trained on 512 by 512 pixels. So that best image, the image will come out best in those dimensions. But really, I found that Stable was just so good and coherent that even at larger sizes, like 960 width or height, it still generates beautiful images. And so you can really pick and choose. This is literally your playground here. So now that we've set all of those parameters, we're just gonna run through and point basically the AI in the right direction. So we're generating the noise, the latents, and then we're going to create the actual image in these next steps. So right there. And you can read all of these things once you open the notebook. I'll leave the link for the notebook down below. And we're generating. We can now use. Here we go. There it is. So, yeah, not the most pretty one out of all of the other generations, but I mean, you can twist and fine tune your model to be exactly how you want it to look like. The seed is important. CFG scale is huge. The number of steps is huge. So you really gotta play with those values to get the general image you want. But overall, this notebook is absolutely straightforward. It was really just followed cell by cell. Like I said, if you're absolutely unsure, don't reinvent anything. Just plug in your prompt, and that should be it. But cell by cell, the notebook should work as it's supposed to and generate images based off of that. But also, very importantly, you need to remember that you have to create a Hugging Face account to get an access token. It's free. You saw in the beginning, I did it real quick. Give you that little digital donut animation to conceal my credentials. And yeah, all of these images, I'm gonna download these images and upscale them 4x, and I'll leave them in a slideshow right at the end of this video so we can see the results from all of these things. So like and subscribe, and thanks for watching.